So we have another clear night, and we got some new mods on the 8-inch Astrograph. My previous video, converting a Dobsonian to an Astrograph, involved some of the early mods I did to it. We're gonna dive into some new mods I've gotten in the past couple months, and some test results as well, and some final images. We got the EQ6R about to be uncovered tonight. It's been wrapped up for a couple weeks here, and then we're gonna do some imaging tonight. Coming over here and looking at the Newt itself, the imaging train hasn't changed too much, except we do have the new guide cam, the 220mm. That was a really nice upgrade, just because, a useful upgrade I should say, very useful, just because the 120mm that I had, it just wasn't sensitive enough to pick up a lot of guide stars, especially a galaxy season where a lot of the targets just don't have a lot of bright stars near them. So that was a nice addition. Pretty much the same there. Another little nice addition I tried, it was an experiment. It did work out pretty well. This is actually the old guide cam, now that I talk about it. We actually using it as a all sky cam, but kind of a POV look, pointing wherever the scope is pointing. We have our SSD for transferring data from each night. We do have an Under Armour shirt here with an elastic neckband that keeps light out of the refracting through the primary mirror and into the tube itself. Coming to the front here, we have our CNC spider that has been installed. Really nice upgrade, love it. We of course have the bigger secondary mirror. That is a 68mm, and that was a nice addition. Removed a lot of the vignetting. For the coma corrector, we have a Sharpstar 0.95 cc. That's doing great. I'm having some tilt issues. It's come down to tube flexure, because it is a long tube, not made for astrophotography. It's probably pretty thin steel, and that is a possibility. So we're gonna get to imaging tonight. Sun's going down. Let's get to it. So now that we're here on the computer, we're gonna take a look at some of the data sets I've gotten so far, some tests that we've done early on, and some of the latest projects I'm working on. We're just going to take a look at some of these test images. Some of these are finished images I posted. Some of them I've scrapped or haven't been able to finish, mostly because they weren't up to par. They're more for testing purposes. Moving over, we actually have a little comparison between the 8-inch Newtonian and my Esprit 80. Just kind of zooming into this a bit. We can obviously see the resolution benefit, even with the seeing limitations in my area. We're reaching the camera's limit, the pixel size as to what it can resolve here. The Newtonian is giving us a fair bit more detail. I'm intrigued to see what this thing can pull off with really good seeing. We'll have to see if that ever happens. So far, we've been able to get a nice increase in resolution, and it's enough to where I am willing to deal with the Newtonian and its quirks in order to gain that resolution. It has made me realize how nice refractors are to use. We're going to take a look at some of the star color this Newtonian has produced. I am particularly pleased with this region. Star color came out fantastic. We have some great, very nicely colored blue and orange colored stars. The Sharpstar coma corrector is holding up very well. No noticeable CA that I've ever noticed. No lateral CA. No purple fringing whatsoever. Really nice blues, clean crisp star color. The seeing is bloating a lot of these stars. It's not the crispest star field compared to something like my Esprit 80. Just a really wide FOV, no seeing limitations. But pleasing overall for the seeing conditions and the integration time. The new spider veins look fantastic. Not having the previous OEM veins that were a little bit twisted and bent is a game changer as far as starfield aesthetics. Moving on to these bottom two panes, we're going to look at some of the latest projects here. This is M106, currently work in progress. We have about 15 hours so far between luminance and hydrogen alpha. We have yet to grab RGB. Tonight I'm going to try to get some more HA since the moon is out. We'll have around 20 hours by then, hopefully. This is one of the best looking data sets so far. Just looking at the luminance, I know this project is going to be very promising. RGB, I'm going to hope to get some good seeing on that as well, but it's not as critical to get excellent seeing with your RGB, because luminance is what's going to give you that detail and clarity to the structure. And you have a little bit of lenience on RGB as far as sharpness, and that's what I do like about mono imaging. There's some tricks you can kind of do to alleviate any kind of sky condition issues or other things that are sometimes unavoidable. Coming over here, we have a finished project. This is just the H alpha master light, and this is another image that, while seeing was not the greatest, it's showing some really neat structure that I just didn't get picked up on the Esprit 80. Most notably the tip of the cone. We can really see these little ridges in the gas structure starting to come through with this really nicely split double star here. And coming over here, we can see the wafting wispy HA structures. Got a little mountain ridge here. Really great looking. This project turned out great. We saw the LRGB here, and with the HA, it turned out great. We have more projects incoming for 2025, and with the new camera, we're going to see what we can get with this guy.